Hello, this is SideMind. Welcome to a new video. As you can see on the screen, we're going to be going over D&D Beyond again. There's more stuff regarding the marketplace. One thing slightly good, something more not so good, frankly ridiculous. And then we'll be going over an SRD update post that they've made, which is actually some good news. So let's try. Okay, so the first thing first is the pre-orders for any pre-order bundle on the main Wizards site, D&D store.wizards.com, which US customers can no longer use. If you were to try and get this to United States, it just takes you back to D&D Beyond. So the main thing here is that for the bundles that they do, which they have been doing for a while, is that if you have both the digital and the physical bundle that you're ordering, or pre-ordering rather, you will get early access to digital content on D&D Beyond much earlier, in this case within the next 14 hours. It even says it here, early access to original digital content unlocks in 14 hours. It's a good incentive to get the bundles, so you can access it faster than having to wait for the book, especially if you're in other countries where shipping may take longer. That's all well and good, but if you're in the US, Wizards has now adopted a policy of screw you, because pre-order early access is no longer available for US customers. So it's still there on the main Wizards store if you're not in the US. But if you're in the US store, you can't. It does say here, if you placed your pre-order before the marketplace changed, then your pre-order bundle is still safe and you'll still get your early access. But basically for anything after April 30th, you no longer can purchase bundles with early access. So if you were to go on the marketplace, early access is not being offered. There. Yeah. That there's no early access release date, May 21st. So you cannot gain early access by pre-ordering the book. The same is true for any other bundles that they're doing. I'm going ahead of myself. There we go. This is a different one. Again, early access digital content is being earlier. In this case, a month and a bit earlier than the normal release. So for some reason, Wizards of the Coast have decided to punish indirectly US customers, because there's no actual reason that I can see for this being separate, because the digital physical stores, it's digital content, which means there's no shipping, there's no whatever. Both the Wizards of the Coast store and D&D Beyond are both owned by the exact same people. They're both owned by Wizards of the Coast. They're both owned by Hasbro. So there's no licensing issues, there's no logistical issues, there's no issues of any kind that prevent them from being able to honor early access on D&D Beyond and make them equal. There is no reason for it. Nothing's been posted about as to why at all. Just says no, it's changed. Tough. That's all we've gotten. Community managers have been on the forums, but basically just confirming they don't know anything. Wait and see. which probably just means that maybe they'll change it and remove early access from the Wizards of the Coast store because there's no reason for them to be separate. There's also no reason why they should be removing the early access because that's the main selling point of pre-ordering the bundles. I can sort of understand if it was just the digital on its own. I understand that. It's fine. But as an incentive to get the bundle, in this case like 70 quid, it would make more sense to have that incentive to get that a little bit earlier access. Just a couple of weeks access earlier. There's no reason for it. It's already on the system. It's just a toggle that they can switch on automatically. There's no reason for it. So yeah, if you are in the US, you can no longer pre-order anything for early access. But if you're not in the US, you still can. And regardless of the opinions of whether you should or should not be able to get early access from bundles, the fact that there is a difference feels, intentionally or not, a little discriminatory. I pronounced that wrong. And like, I'm in the UK, and I'm still kind of upset for people for this because there is no reason for there to be a difference. So again, I don't understand what decisions they are making. The only slightly positive is that I mentioned before that they had PayPal taken off the marketplace. There was a post in one of the forums that apparently it is back. So let's see if I just try adding something and go to a payment screen. Okay. So if I were to go to checkout, and next payment. Yeah, I'm not entering all that. So yeah, I'm not entering that because yeah. But apparently there is a post that PayPal is now being accepted. So I don't know if that's true or not. I can't test it really because I'm not entering in my personal information for you to see. Let's see if I can enter it and go to the next stream without you seeing. Be right back. Okay. So I've gone to the next page, and there is an option for PayPal there. So yes, they have restored PayPal, so at least that's something. PayPal, as I mentioned in my previous video, was important. It gives people extra options, it gives people anonymity and a bit more security. So it's good that they were able to restore PayPal as an option. So yeah, that is the new marketplace stuff. It is such a crap show. Yeah, I believe that there's going to be another YouTuber I've been discussing with in other forums and in private messages. This person, Game Masters. They're going to be making a new video as well. So give them a sub. Check out the stuff. They got some good videos here. Give them a quick check out. And hopefully they'll begin a new video soon. Game Masters, if you're watching, please feel free to put a link in the comments of this video if you want to, so people can have an easier link to that video. And if anyone else has a YouTube channel or wants to make one to discuss this D&D Beyond stuff, Marketplace, feel free to put your links in the comments as well, because like the whole OGL fiasco got resolved through YouTubers making people aware of the crap stuff that they were doing, and that generated a lot of feedback, more than just the forums or Twitter or something. That's what generated most of the feedback that got things changed and got them to update all the OGL and fix all that stuff. So the more we can share links and videos and get more and more people aware, the better. So yeah, give that a go. Let's move on to something a bit more positive. So they posted this update. You can see it says 7 hours ago. It is currently 1 a.m. on the 7th of May. So very recently, they made the update about the SRD. So if you don't remember, during the OGL fiasco, one of the ways they resolved it was to put the current SRD, or Systems Reference Document, into the Creative Commons, which gave content creators and publishers and stuff more security and more control of the stuff they make for D&D. The post, which I will link, does go into a bit more detail about what it means and stuff like that, so give it a good read. The reason why this is a big deal is because, of course, with the new books coming out in 2024, the remade rule books, there's always going to be a question about whether those were going to be included into the current SRD, which is under creative license, or if it's going to be in a new separate document, which they were entitled to do, which could be under OGL or whatever license they wanted to. They have chosen to update the new stuff into an SRD 5.2. Because it's going to be still part of the SRD, it will be automatically covered under Creative license, the Creative Commons license. They even also clarified that here. So basically, the SRD not only covers the licenses for creating new content, it also gives some races and classes free access. So you don't need to necessarily purchase the entire new books. For example, if we go back to the SRD that's currently in place, there's a version where you can use the OGL and the version where you can use the Creative Commons. And if you were to take a look at it, it covers not only the license but also free content in a sense. The like you got Halfling here. We scroll down further, there'll be Dragamon, Half Elf, Tieflings, and then we go into classes and stuff. That there's quite a lot. It goes into monsters and spells and basically some of all the free stuff that you can get in terms of races and classes and items. So that will be the same thing again for the newer books. So when the newer books come out, you will be able to use some of it for free without having to repurchase the entire thing. Plus, if you are somebody who wants to create new content for D&D using those 2024 versions, you'll be able to do so because they will be part of the Creative Commons license, which will be much easier for you to use than the OGL. The update won't be coming until 2025, until after the monster manual has been released. They do specify why here, but the reason for that is because it's going to come after once all 3 rule books have been made, and the final one, the monster manual, isn't going to be until 2025. So that makes sense. But it is good news that at least it's going to be covered under Creative Commons, which is a massive plus. And even say that it'll be localized for different languages. It doesn't say here which specifically those languages will be in. But the SRD currently was in multiple languages, so I imagine they'll probably just keep the same ones. And that's it. That's all the updates we have. I don't know how many videos I will ever make on this, but It depends on how this happens and progresses. I'll probably make a new video or at least a community post thing. But yeah, please feel free to give your feedback both on the forums or by customer services. Like normal, link is in the main post, because they need to be aware that the shit that they are now doing is not okay. It's not okay for them to remove piecemeal options. There's no reason to do that. There's even less of a reason for them to allow non-US customers to pre-order and get um, early access, but US customers can't. There's no reason for the separation at all. It's digital content. It there's no licenses. There's nothing like that to worry about. So they're just doing it to piss people off, basically, or whatever excuse they're going to come up with is an excuse. There is no actual legitimate reason for this. So they need to be made aware. So make videos, make social media posts, post on forums, email customer services, give them your genuine feedback, and hopefully, maybe they will change. But we will have to see. I will mention that on the forums, there is a community manager. I'm going to mispronounce this so much. Latia Jackies. They have been very on the ball when it comes to the what can I say, to these posts. They've been making a lot of posts. They've been making a lot of updates to us. They're trying to be as transparent as they can, based on what they can say, what they can't. They are doing a pretty good job. So, and they are an official staff. So it's not all bad. There are people here who seem to be generally fighting our corner. Um, they mentioned that they are taking the feedback that they mentioned in the forums and sending it across. They have their own spreadsheet. So do mention on the forums, because they are being looked at by official D&D staff here, Latia Chuckies, who has been very open and honest as they can be on the forums. So we do appreciate that. So at least it's not all bad. Hopefully somebody is being updated about how we as the general public feel about this. But yeah, hopefully they will see some sense and maybe change things. But we'll have to see. Thank you.